Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you happen to be watching this. Welcome back to another episode of Barnet Bound. Today, we are on board the Orient Express. Whoop whoop! We are back for another episode, as I said, of Barnet Bound. There's been a lot happening since we last saw each other. We're at the end of a transfer window, so let's bring you up to date. Let's get some goalmouth action. Let's bring you back the Barnet boys. So yes, as I said, hello, welcome back to another episode of Barnet Bound. Today, we're going to be taking on Leyton Orient, who are currently sat top of the league. I couldn't quite believe it when I started recording this episode. They're currently sat top of the table. Absolutely unbelievable. But before we get into today's game, as I said, there's been a lot happening since the last episode that we saw each other on. A lot of transfers to kind of update you guys on. A couple of bits of activity in terms of loans out. Eddie Martin has gone on loan to Leamington. Johnny Bird has gone back out on loan to Chelmsford. He loves going back to Essex, that does this boy. Fairly local, obviously, to Barnet. But I think it's going to be good for him to get first team football. I really think he can still offer something, but he just needs to keep playing regular football, basically. And we finally sold Harry Davis. Now, he had a bid accepted from Ipswich, and they refused to pay his wages. Just the mind boggles with Ipswich Town. They're just a fascinating club. Not really fascinating, but yeah, Harry Davis has gone out to Carlisle. He wasn't getting much first team football, so we needed to shift him out. We bought in Harry Brockbank as a loan replacement. He's just going to be a centre-half at backup. He's not going to play many games, but he's useful to have as a backup. And then we've signed another two midfield players because I think we're just lacking a little something in midfield. Craig Clay has come in on a free transfer. Again, I've sort of offered him a deal until the end of the season. We'll see how he does. He's going to be a backup, but one I'm quite looking forward to using from time to time. He's on £850 a week, nothing to be snapped at. And then Callum Riley is on loan until the end of the season. He comes in from Sheffield United. I think he's actually quite a decent player. Another ball-winning midfielder, so we seem to be collecting these types of players quite regularly at the moment. But as I said, I think he's definitely going to be starting for me. He's a really good player. He is on a hefty wage with us at the moment, so he's got to deliver. But yeah, as I said, that basically brings you up to date with the transfers. And since when we last saw each other, there's only been 2 games of football. Now, obviously the last time we saw each other was the Leicester City game, but we've had 2 games in between then. We've won 2-1 against Barnsley, a great game of football resulting in an own goal, winning us the match. Just shy of 3,500 fans at the Hive, which the attendances are gradually picking up. They tend to fluctuate depending on who the away team is, which you would understand that. But we're not going into the Leyton Orient game in the best of form. We could be doing better, but we've just lost 3-1 away from home against Scunthorpe. I actually recorded this episode, but watched it back. I'm not happy with the footage in terms of the replays and the goal action. So that game, as I said, was annoying because we were actually playing quite well after the 2 early goals that they scored. But this guy he's on my shortlist now because I actually was really impressed with him, and his contract does expire at the end of the season. But yeah, so he's going to be he's someone I'm going to keep a lookout for. But in terms of a league table, we are sat on 10 wins, 10 draws, 10 losses, a perfect even record, and we're sat in 12th place, as you would imagine. We are currently 9 points away from the relegation zone, but 4 points away from the playoffs. Can we make a last-ditch attempt over the next 16 games to get us into the playoffs? Today is going to be a big test of that. If we can beat Leyton Orient, I think we'll be in with a decent chance. But Leyton Orient are a very good side in this division. They are performing really well. Only lost 6 games, winning 17. Fantastic record from their point of view. But enough of the jibber jabber. Let me fast forward a little bit in time and get you to the point of game day against what is actually one of our local rivals in Leyton Orient. Michael Apperton has expressed concern about the playing surface of Tuesday's match. Do you share his view that the pitch could adversely affect performance? I love how he's getting in the excuses already before the game's even kicked off. What a mug. So yep, here we go. We're back for the point of game day. It says that both teams are fairly evenly matched. I think this game's going to end up being a draw. That'd pretty much sum up our entire season. But Sky Bet actually make us slight favourites. To be honest, if I was betting on this game, I'd probably go for an Orient win, but just because of the fact they're top of the table. 7-4 odds on the top of the table team is actually pretty decent odds. But we could move up to 8th with a win. We could actually overtake Ipswich, but there's a lot of games going on. It's midweek. You know, the chances of us being in 8th position come the end of it, even with a win, is pretty remote. But yeah, as I said, those are the pre-game statistics. I'm going to skip past this. This is how the two team lineups are. So if you're new to the channel, let me just run through our type of formation team. So at the moment, we're going with a 4-1-4-1 because this has actually been getting us more results than the standard 4-4-2 we played last season. But Charlie Horton's in goal. Louis Ramsey, George Ray, Alfie Jones, Miles Kenlock as the back five for today. Callum Riley, although he's actually quite unfit at the moment, is going to be sitting as the ball-winning midfielder. We've got Broadhead, Chris Hurd, Mark Randall and Ricky Holmes as our midfield five rather. Sean Batt's going to be up top on his own for today as a target man, and we've got to get people like Ricky Holmes and Broadhead in and around him and supporting. The big thing, as I said, well, for today is the fact that we haven't got many attacking options to bring on from the bench. Literally, we've got a centre midfielder, 3 defenders, a winger who is in and out of the team. He's not very good, Chris Lester, and Tom Youngs is our only attacking option from the bench. So not good at all. But in terms of a Leyton Orient team, that's a very good team. That's a very, very good team. Jay Simpson, we know he can cause us problems. Liam Trotter, yeah, quite a Sol Bamba in there. There's a few recognisable names, but as I said, they're top of the table for a reason. Let's get into the match, though. I'm just going to say we owe Leyton Orient after what happened last time. Come on, boys, get yourself psyched up. No matter what goes on with this team, I cannot get the team talks going properly. But let's press play. Come on, right. This is it, boys. Come on, let's get a good result against our local rivals. Fingers crossed for a positive result. To be honest, I'll take a draw right now and move on to the next game. But I know Leyton Orient are not going to make things easy for us. It's all down to whether or not we can stop them, and especially Jay Simpson. But whilst I'm jibber-jabbering, Lou Ramsey at the back post saved. Oh, blocked. Oh, no. Jay Simpson, 14th goal of the season. What I tell you, of course he's the main man. So here comes the replay. I don't know why the replay's in 2D, but a lot of pinball action. Why is the replay in 2D? I have never watched a replay in 2D in my life. Let's change that up. Apologies, I don't know what the hell happened there. I have never, ever, ever set replays to be in 2D throughout the whole time I've been playing Football Manager. I don't know what happened there, but we're back on the ball with Riley over the Broadhead. Can we reply? Chris Hurd up to Sean Batt. He does well to hold up the ball. Nice passing around from us. Get a good ball into the box. Sean Batt. What a reply. What a reply. 10 minutes in. We're back to 1-0. That is a great response, boys. So here we go. Broadhead collects the ball on the right-hand side. A really good ball into the box. Sean Batt does what he does best. That's a great finish. And we're back at 1-1. 10 minutes into the game and there's already been 2 goals. Who says that I don't provide you guys with entertainment? Ricky Holmes with a long ball in. Cleared. We need to collect the ball. Ricky's going to get it back. Absolutely love that man. Genius of a player. He should be playing at a lot higher level than he is in real life. But Chris Hurd is on the ball. Plays it to Sean Batt. Ball through to Mark Randall. Can he finish? Oh, good save by the goalkeeper. That was an opportunity. That was a really good opportunity. We should have buried that one. So there it is. Half time. 1-1. We've had 2 good opportunities. Leyton Orient have had the one, which they've obviously scored from. But other than that, they've offered little. I'm really impressed with what we're doing so far. I'm just going to say I'm happy with that. keep it up, boys. That's a really, really good half of football. We've actually done quite well. We haven't dominated in terms of possession rather, not by a country mile, but we're doing well, and the chances that we have created have been really good, and we've cut through them quite easy. So pretty much more or less the same type of performance in the second half, boys. Leyton Orient's players are starting to get really tired, so we can take advantage of that, potentially with a couple of substitutions, but I wonder how long it'll be before they make a few subs. They've made all 3 subs at the same time. Wow. Wow, massive from them. If they get an injury, or if Kigbu gets sent off because he's on a yellow card already, they're in trouble. Alright, we're approaching the 74th minute mark. It's time for us to make a couple of substitutions. Do you know what? Attackingly, I think we're doing alright. I just think it's a defence that we're not performing very well. Now, this is a massive risk, making 2 substitutions in the back 4, but I actually think all over the rest of the pitch we're doing alright. So we'll keep it as it is. It still leaves me with the 1 sub I can make. So 4 minutes left. Do I take off Randall, who's not having a good game, or do I take off Callum Riley, who looks absolutely shattered and is on a yellow card?
A few moments later.
Do you know what? I'm going to go for it. Going to absolutely well and truly go for this. Tom Youngs comes on with a few minutes left. We're pumping the ball into the box. We're going route 1. Run at the defence, boys. Why not? Why not go for it? I actually don't think they've caused us many problems. But if we can stick Tom Youngs on, and if he can get us a goal to win the match, with only a few seconds left, come on, boys. Let's create one more chance. We've got one more chance in this game. And there it goes. Ball across the box. Unlucky. It turns out we didn't have one more chance. But 1-1 at home against our local rivals and against a team top of the table. I'm going to say I'm happy with that, because that was a good performance. We didn't allow them to dominate the ball. We barely saw any highlights from Leyton Orient, let's be brutally honest. And yeah, we do drop down a couple of places, but I think in the grand scheme of things, when you're looking at it, a point is a very, very good result. As I said, that leaves us sat in 15th place. And we're back with Barnet bound. We're back for another episode. That felt good. That felt good to be back with them. I've missed this team. It's a save that I have absolutely really, really enjoyed doing. It's just a shame we couldn't have started the save earlier on in the year, and we'd be a lot further on than what we are at the moment. But that's how it is. I'll progress quite a few games now into the future, and we'll see how we get on. But I'll be back probably around about the 37-38 game mark, and we'll see how we're getting on in the league concept. But if you've enjoyed today's episode, and I hope you have, please smash the like button. Leave me a comment down below as to what you thought about it. Where do you think Barnet can finish? That's what I want to know. Leave me something, a prediction in the comment section as to where you think we can finish. That would be really interesting to hear that. But as always on the channel, you guys have been awesome. I'm DJMFM, and until we see each other next time, adios.